Good morning. This is Group 1. My name is Giovanni Ojezele, and my fellow group members are Maka Vitor, Asabo Jasmine, and Blessing Obodo. And our MNE is Toyota. Toyota, also known as Toyota Motors Corporation, is a Japanese company that engages in the design, manufacturing, assembly, and sales of passenger cars, minivans, trucks, and commercial vehicles. Toyota was established in 1937 by Kishito Toyoda. Now, Toyota uses the emergence of business excellence model. Toyota has used globalization to strengthen its business operations all around the world. The value deliveries are Toyota Production System, high quality and reliable products, licensed production, localized production, and then environmental sustainability. The global markets of Toyota, like I said, Toyota can be found in so many parts of the world, in Europe, in Asia, in Africa, just to mention few continents that Toyota operates from. And then the key players in the industry, we have Tesla from America, we have GMC from America, then the German auto giants, which we have Audi, Volkswagen, Benz, just to mention a few. Now, how did Toyota enter these various markets all over the world? They use three models. Sometimes in some countries they use other models, but the three main ones they used were wholly owned, joint ventures, and licensing.
So yeah, this picture is talking about this is a transaction, a picture showing the process and of internalization and also the timeline, showing how they entered the market, how they globalize, what occurred during the process of internalization, and how they were able to structure the company, and also giving the history of Toyota internalization. The next slide. Yeah, we explained the internalizational process of how Toyota um, started exporting, how they brought about their passengers car, how they started entry from um, the country market to domestic to other foreign countries. So, firstly, Toyota established five principles in 1935, which helped shaping the company and guide the company to fortune where in every step. With this principle, they were able to uh, um, give ideas to fusion with the company, like to put the company in a good road for them to globalize way. Then pursuant to 1936, Toyota established passengers car, which launched in 1936. Then in 1937, Toyota Motor Co. Limited was established. How was it established? It was due to TMC and TMS merging together to bring about Toyota Co. Limited. Then in 1950, they tried to export passengers cars to United States, but it failed, which led to the creation of a new department within the TMS. So due to this failure, they decided to export cars into domestic market that are close to them, like the South Africa, like the Australia, like Thailand. Then after that, because they wanted to move further to other countries, they decided to like revamp their organization by creating export headquarters and export department. This revamping now helps them to improve its business in terms of rapid increase in exportation of cars, increase in overseas dealers. Then in 1984, they decided to they established a NUMI, which is a joint venture between Toyota and GM Motors in the US, because they've already started entering foreign markets, started globalizing. Then in 1987, they decided to sign an agreement with Volkswagen to start production of small trucks in Germany. This time around, they've entered Germany. Then Toyota now also set subsidiaries called the Woven City in 2021 with a vision to explore innovative and sustainable solutions for urban living. Next slide, please. Then yeah, we'll talk about Uppsala model. Uppsala model is talking about the gradual process of an organization. So we are going to use Uppsala model to analyze the gradual process of Toyota internalization. What do Toyota do? How did they start uh, their globalization? How did they start their internalization? First of all, they focus on home markets, whereby they only produce cars in Japan and they sell only within Japan. So as time goes on, they focus on domestic markets, countries that are close to them, close country, physically close country like the South Africa, like the Australias. They started moving. Then this is an attribute of low risk and low commitment. Why did I say so? They entered into the market slowly. They were being slow with their internalization because they were trying to get knowledge of the market, how the market is. Then how did they do this sending of cars? How did they distribute cars to other countries? They sent it through what's it called, through a representative, which is TMS. TMS, then there were TMC and TMS. TMC was responsible for production of cars, while TMS, which is Toyota Motor Sales, was responsible for sales of cars. And after that, they now set up Northern Department in 1974 for the purpose of improving their sales in outside Japanese, in other foreign countries. They set up a knockdown department so that they can monitor their sales, to improve their sales. Wherever there's potholes, they can actually try to sort it out. Then after that, they now set up a Canadian auto part in Toyota, which is Toyota Incorporated, Canadian auto part, Toyota Incorporated in Canada, which produce aluminium wheel. Then they now unveil the Pioneer Greenfield, which is the Woven City. After that, they still establish a joint venture with GM Motor in US in 1984, and they still also signed an agreement with Volkswagen to produce trucks in Germany. With this process, this is how they goes about their internalization. This is the process. This I can use the Uppsala model to analyze the gradual process of Toyota. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm Ehosa Jasmine Asabo. As you can all see from the graph, Toyota hit a major milestone in 2025, earning over 48 trillion yen. That's their highest revenue ever so far. So what's impressive is that this happened after the company recovered from COVID, and so sorry about that. And the global chip shortage. Toyota doesn't just sell cars in Japan. Internalization let them reach people to all over the world. The more countries they sell in, the more money they make, and the more customers they have, and the more opportunities they also have. Example, in 2025, most of their revenue came from Japan and North America, which proves their global reach is working. Please, the next slide, please. In terms of actual car production, Toyota built 9 million vehicles in 2025, as seen from the graph. What's interesting is that these cars weren't all made in Japan. Production was spread across countries like Asia, North America, Europe, and which shows the power of internalization. Toyota can build closer, they can build and produce closer to where the demand is, and cut down cost, and as well the benefit from economies of scale, more like saving money on labor and materials. Please, the next slide, please. For brand value, in fact, in terms of brand value, Toyota was ranked the second most valuable car in the world in 2025, just after Tesla. That ranking reflects like more than just sales. It shows more of global trust, innovation, and so on. This means that people see Toyota as more of like a valuable brand and respected brand. This global recognition is as a result of their strong presence in many markets. Being international has helped Toyota build a powerful brand that people can trust everywhere they go, from Japan to the US to Africa to Europe. The next slide, please. One big advantage of being global is that Toyota doesn't just depend on one country, more like Toyota doesn't just put all their eggs in one basket. They aim from different parts of the world. If something goes wrong in one place, like more of like a recession or a factory shut down, they can still make money from other regions to keep the business going, obviously, which helps them avoid big losses, challenges that pops up. They also have like a global value chain, which means in every part of the world, like in their operations, from the suppliers down to the factories, down to the dealership, down to the sales, they work hand in hand. That's meaning like they work together across worldwide. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. My name is Blessing Obodo. So I'll be talking about the challenges of Toyota company. Now, let's begin with the past challenges that have happened in the Toyota company. I will talk about firstly the 2008 financial crisis. You found out that this was a global crisis and it affected Toyota company, whereby they lost 1.7 billion US dollar, and that crisis made Toyota company to lose a whole lot of money. So number two, I'll talk about the Toyota recall system. What happened is between January to September 2009, Toyota recalled about 5 million of their vehicle because they were mainly concerned about safety as at that time. And I will talk about the Japanese earthquake. The Japan earthquake that happened in March 2011. It was a great tsunami that happened. And when the earthquake happened, it disrupted the Toyota Automotive Company, whereby they lost most of their workers and it really affected them. Now, let's come to the current challenges that Toyota as a company is facing. Number one, I'll talk about profit decline amidst the market challenges. You find out that the automotive company like Toyota is very, very challenging, and this company are spending millions of US dollar in producing this vehicle, and most of the time they have to record massive loss, especially because of China, that results in about 26.4% declining in their net profit. And then the second one is the government initiative and the policies. Now Toyota as an MNE is moving away from Japan and they are going to other countries of the world to set up their business. Now they have to follow and respect the government initiative and policies in that particular new country that they are facing. Now, government can come up with different policies, and at the end of the day, it has to shape the production of Toyota company motors. And then the Toyota company have to respect the policies and initiative of the particular government of the country. Then the third one, I'll talk about the Donald Trump tariff. Now, President Donald Trump is assuming office as United States president. Now, he has come up with different tariffs. Now, he's saying, oh, if you are bringing other cars that are not manufactured in US and you are bringing it to USA, you are going to pay tariff from this percentage to this percentage. Look at the tariff that he gave to China. Look at the tariff that he gave to India. And all this is discouraging automotive. So most of Toyota company, they are going to face with that tax of how do we cope? By the time we are going to enter the US market, by the time we want to enter the UK market, now UK is saying, oh, we are giving so and so tariff to vehicles that are not produced in the UK. Now, Toyota company is going to be having such challenges. Then we'll talk about the supply chain disruption and labor shortage. Toyota, we are told that they are being hot in the production and their labor shortage, and these have really affected their production. Then lastly, I talk about the transitioning to electronic vehicle. You find out popularly known as EV. This is a very major challenge in Toyota because companies like Tesla and others, they have already gone into electric vehicle, while Toyota is still struggling, trying to set up electronic vehicle. Now, let me talk about the Toyota risk mitigation. Now, what are they going to do to overcome the challenges that I've talked about? Number one, they must have investment in information and innovation. What do I mean by this? Toyota as a company must invest massively in innovation. That is not just innovation, the latest innovation and the latest trend. This is 2025 as we are talking now. What are the latest trends? What are the latest innovation when it comes to cars? How are the cars being produced in 2025? You must agree with me that 2025, the kind of way we produce our car, the way our cars are, is different from that of 2002 and 2003. That is because the world is shifting and the world is going globally every day as the time goes. Then number 2 is the supply chain diversification. Toyota must not look at a particular place to say, oh, because my company is based in Japan, all my resources and everything must come from Japan. No, you can go as far as other parts of the world. If you know that Germany have a good place where you can get engines from, you can go there and buy. If you know China is good in producing tires, you can go as far as China and get. If you know as far as Ghana, they are good in producing this, you go there and buy from them. That is diversification. And then I'll talk about just-in-time system with a twist. We found out that this is a cornerstone of Toyota supply chain, and over decades, it has aimed to minimize inventory by ensuring that components arrive when needed. And that is what Toyota has been doing. But that is very, very wrong. You cannot say, oh, because we're in need of side mirror, we're going to get it. We're in need of engine, we're going to get only that part from that particular place. No, you must go as far as getting more and more products that are not only the one needed, but only the one that will be helpful to you in producing of car. Now, let me talk about decentralization. Toyota must rely mainly on local production. That is what they must go into. Local production, irrespective of where they are. The Toyota plant in US, the Toyota plant in UK, you must go into that local production. You cannot tell me that because you are entering the UK market, all your product that you are going to be bringing in must come from Japan. No, you must go into that local market by using that local production in that local market to produce car that suits in that particular country. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. And in conclusion, Toyota globalization journey highlights how strategic international expansion, innovation, and sustainability can bring about a long-term success. Toyota today remains a standard multinational enterprise, showing how a legacy company can adopt a modern challenge while leveraging on globalization for a sustainable growth. And then these are the referencing. We have different references. And thank you very much.